Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining my channel. My name is Rocky, and on my channel I usually talk about fashion, lifestyle in my city of Chicago specifically, and just a little bit of beauty. Today we're going to be talking about my favorites for 2022. I'm trying to see if you guys found these things to be great as well. Some of them are really specific to me, but let's get right into it. The very first thing on my list is I'm probably late to the game. I think since the pandemic, other people have discovered this and started to love it, but it wasn't until this year specifically that I really got into it, and that is sweats. I am a get up and get fully dressed every single day kind of girl, whether I'm going anywhere or not. And sweats is a part of that, right? Getting fully dressed doesn't mean I'm getting like dolled all the way up, but it means putting on something other than pajamas. And I've discovered matching sweats. And I have, several Nike ones, one from higher end brands, those ones that you get from H&M and Zara. I have so many, and I've been super, super comfy and feeling cute, and I get to match them with all of the many pairs of sneakers that I've purchased over the last few years. But I realize that I do have a problem, and maybe it's not a problem because I do wear them and I do enjoy them, but that is one of my favorites for 2022, and that's sweats. The other thing that may come off as maybe an addiction or a problem, and maybe some of you are the same, you let me know, and that is Trader Joe's. I have been, I dabbled in Trader Joe's over the years. I would get one thing here, one thing there, or if I was with somebody and we went into Trader Joe's, I might pick up a thing. I even was able to go into Trader Joe's and walk out without buying anything at all. And now I find like Trader Joe's is like my, it's like my kryptonite, kind of like Target. I can't go into Target and get just one thing, and it's the same way for Trader Joe's. They have so many cool things that they drop every so often, and it's like this frenzy happens, like I need to try this thing because I know next week or the week after it may not even be there, right? So you want to not miss out on the things because some of the things are, listen, they are so good. So 2022 for me has been a really great adventure with testing all of these things from Trader Joe's. I even joined a Facebook group called Black Girls in Trader Joe's so we could just talk about Trader Joe's stuff. I have a problem, but I don't want help. I love it. One of my other favorites for 2022 was my Breitling watch that I purchased. I am super excited about that acquisition. I haven't been wearing it yet. There's a whole long story that goes with that, but today ain't the day. But definitely one of my favorites because I was able to go through that whole experience of getting the luxury watch and sharing that experience with you. It's just very memorable and definitely one of my favorites for 2022, and most likely would be one of my favorites for the rest of my life. The other thing that's been one of my favorites is Madame Lemmy body powder. And I have been, it's a deodorant powder, you use it wherever you want to use it, all right? And you guys, if you've been rocking with me for a really long time, know I've been going on this long journey to figure out deodorant, natural deodorant options. Some of them don't work at all. Other ones stink before you start. Other ones, they're great, but they stain your clothes because the main ingredient is like shea butter or coconut oil, and they get like oil stains on your clothes. So I've struggled with getting the right natural deodorant, and then my friend introduced me to this powder. The effectiveness of it and the scent of it and how I feel wearing it, all of those things are wonderful. They're great, and it's been one of my favorites for 2022. I don't think I can go back to wearing a traditional deodorant now that I have this Madame Lemmy. Maybe if Madame Lemmy comes out with a stick version that is not messy and actually works, I could convert in that sense, but Madame Lemmy all the way, one of my favorites. One of my other favorites for 2022 was this big ass bag of hair ties that I stumbled upon. Some other YouTuber was talking about one of, great gifts or great finds on Amazon, and it was a very simple thing. It's a bag of like hair ties. I have, one in my hair right now, but I'll, obviously pop things on the screen. But it is just so simple and it's such a great deal. It was like a bag of 100 because I lose these things like crazy. But it also is very kind to your hair and it's super stretchy, doesn't give you a headache. It's all the great things that you want in a hair tie. And I didn't realize I even needed these in my life until I got them, and it has been one of the best things I've ever converted to ever. So definitely my favorite for 2022. The other thing that's one of my favorites for 2022 is a fragrance that I purchased when I was visiting a friend in San Francisco. She took me to a perfumer that had a whole bunch of like niche and boutique perfumes, in addition to some of the mainstream designer and luxury fragrances that you're used to. I discovered a new one that I hadn't seen before or heard of before called Whittian. The brand is Whittian. It's an Arabian perfume. Why couldn't I think of the word perfume? And it originates out of the UAE, and the one that I love is New York. The major note in it is rose. No surprise. But the major note in it is rose, and the way it makes me feel when I wear it, I just feel pretty, I feel luxe, I feel rich, I feel special, I said pretty already, right? Sexy, I feel unique, I feel all the things that you would want a fragrance to make you feel when you wear it. And I feel like it was worth my spend. It was everything. I wish there was a way that I can use it and not use it at the same time so that I can keep it forever. But that's not how fragrances or candles for that matter work. But definitely one of my faves for 2022. And the last thing I want to mention is the Olaplex system. One of my girlfriends mentioned Olaplex in passing to me, and she mentioned it years ago. She used to get this treatment done when she was in a salon, and her hair is like super long waist length hair and super thick, but I didn't think anything of it. And then Olaplex started getting sold, you know, just to regular consumers. I still didn't think anything of it. And then finally I figured how it got on my radar again, and I picked some up. And I loved what it did when I first tried it, but I wasn't convinced that it actually worked. It's supposed to like rebuild and repair the bonds in your hair so your hair can like grow without breakage and all the things. And so I tried it, and I went through the whole bottle of it. Like I had these 2 bottles that work together, number 0 and 3. And I went through the whole round, the first round, and didn't even realize it until just recently, where I twisted my hair and wore it out. And I normally don't. It's always something like this, pinned up in a few little plaits or in a bun. Can't really tell the length of it. But when I tell you my hair is here, on my rib cage, when I tell you it's on my rib cage, and of course it shrinks up so you can't really see it, but when I stretch it, it is past my, right down here. And I swear to you, it has to be because of the Olaplex. It's the only thing that I changed in my regimen. I don't mess with it just as much as I wasn't messing with it before, so nothing really changed with that respect. So for those of you who are trying to retain length and improve and repair your hair, I would recommend Olaplex. Now the price tag on it is a bit steep, but it's worth it because it actually works. My thing is I'll invest in it if it works, and Olaplex works. All right, everyone, that's the end of my favorites for 2022. Now, definitely there are some things that I've enjoyed and admired over the year, but when I look back over the year to see the things that have impacted me the most, evoke some sort of emotion or experience or a memory, or things that I feel like I cannot live without, these, as simple as they sound, these right here are the things that have impacted my 2022 the most, and those are my faves. I'd love to hear what some of your faves are. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know if you've tried any of these things or some of these things impact you as well. Come back for the next video because we have more. We have so much going on this December. You don't want to miss out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends because my thought is you're friends for a reason. If you like it, I'm pretty sure your best friend would too, so go ahead and share. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.